women in New York are very different from the ones I was used to back home. They're more ambitious, better educated, and less oppressed than any previous generation. And yet, deep down, all they really care about is finding a husband. On the few occasions I managed to persuade some of these women to go out on a date with me, I was astonished by how brazen they were about sizing me up. They invariably had a checklist of questions that they worked their way through over the course of the evening. What do you do for a living? What part of town is your apartment in? What kind of car do you drive? It was less like a romantic encounter than an extremely tough job interview. By the time the check arrived, I was surprised they'd asked for a urine sample. I was at this party once on the Upper East Side when this gorgeous woman I was chatting up pointed out a famous plastic surgeon on the other side of the room. I thought, oh yeah, here's an icebreaker. Tell me, Samantha, if you could have one cosmetic procedure, what would it be?
Oh gosh, I don't know. I guess I'd have my breasts reduced.
As you can imagine, it took a superhuman effort of will not to look beneath this line.
How about you?
Oh, that's easy. I'd have my penis reduced. Okay. It was a bit obvious. All I was expecting was a half smile. Nothing. Instead, she was like, oh, really? Why? Do you have a problem? I was tempted to string her along. Yeah, baby, I've got a huge problem. But I knew it would only lead to disappointment at the end of the evening. Colossal, earth-shattering disappointment. So I told her I was only joking.
Oh, I see. Huh.
I had an uncle who lived in New York in the 50s, and he assured me that my English accent would charm the birds out of the trees. Society hostesses would be falling over themselves to invite me to parties, and the richest men in America would be queuing up to introduce me to their daughters. Unfortunately, successive generations of freeloading Fleet Street hacks have poisoned that well. These days, when a New York woman hears the dulcet tones of a true blue Englishman, she thinks low income, small apartment, alcohol problem. And she's usually right. The British are to New Yorkers what Australians are to Londoners. Whatever special place we once occupied in their hearts has long been filled by the wish that we would just go home.